did you see that the television matchups have come out for week 1 of the NFL? And did you see who is on the call for Dolphins Patriots week 1?
Bob Greasy?
No, man. He just retired. Why would you bring that up? That's sad. Nope.
Oh, no.
We got week
Jim.
1. Ooh, Jim. We get Tony Romo week 1.
Really?
Yup.
Wow.
Dolphins, Patriots, feature game on CBS. We get the A team.
Here's the kicker. Cam's the starter.
Yup.
They don't know what's gonna happen with Tua.
Do they?
So there's
Do they
a lot.
not?
Hey.
Do they not?
Don't go into your little
Leroy. Is
Tua
Tony
will not-
Leroy?
Tua will not start week 1.
If Tua, if is Tony Romo doing this, that doesn't make sense. Why would they do this game if Tua wasn't starting?
You think they know?
100%. What are you talking about? There are no fans in the stands for this game.
Right.
The only revenue source is coming from CBS. Okay?
Correct. And Fox
You don't
and
think
ESPN.
that you don't think that they get a little bit of a heads up?
No.
Oh, you're crazy.
Flo don't care about that.
It doesn't matter if he doesn't care about that. Flo's big fat paychecks come from CBS that week.
No, it doesn't. So you think Flo called them and said, "Hey, you might want to put us on prime time"?
I don't think they call Flo. I think that Garfinkel calls Flo, and he says, "What are we doing?" He goes, "Well, I'm not telling anybody yet, but we're going to start Tua. Just keeping the smoke screen up." He goes, "Okay, cool." And then Garfinkel calls, and he calls up Johnny CBS, and he goes, "Hey, by the way, we're starting Tua that week. Keep it on the wraps, all right?" And so then he tells Romo, "Hey, Romo, you're going to New England because Tua is going to make his debut against Cam that week. All right, see you later."
Ooh, Jim, I couldn't be more excited.
Come on. What could the other explanation be? Wouldn't you do this? All right, for example.
Cam and the Patriots.
Nope. Feature game this week. Obviously, if it's not Dolphins Patriots, if Tua's not starting, Fitzpatrick versus Cam Newton doesn't do it. But
What game would you play instead?
I got the schedule for you.
I got the schedule in front of you too.
Okay, go.
All right.
I'll see if I pick one any more enticing.
Okay. Would you go?
CBS game now.
We got
to
a
CBS game.
So we gotta say AFC, right, Robbie? That's the way it works.
Well, some of them are crossed over. I have the TV schedule in front of me.
Okay. Give us the options, Robbie.
All right. So Colts Jaguars out, obviously.
Out.
1 o'clock Raiders at Panthers. This one Jets at Bills.
Possible.
New York, bro.
Are you? So now you read.
I wouldn't rather, but
No, you think a Jets Bills game has more pop than a Dolphins Patriots game?
it's theoretically a more competitive game because you have the 2-3 in the matchups, other than the 1-4 from last year for the Dolphins and Patriots.
No, not true.
Okay.
Cam Newton
Debut
over Josh Allen and
Darnold.
And Donald.
Okay.
That's who you got.
All right.
I'm surprised they didn't go with this one. The Browns at Ravens.
Oh, Browns Ravens without Tua. That's definitely a more
wait.
enticing game.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, the Browns have all the hype, and the Ravens, had the MVP last year.
Yeah, okay. I agree.
That's definitely a more enticing game. Okay.
All right, man.
What else?
Who's doing their game?
I don't know.
Probably the B team, whoever the B team is.
Probably one of the Gumbles.
And maybe a Trent Green. This one's a snooze fest, especially since the rookie Chargers and Bengals. Now we know Burrow's starting, but we know that Tyrod Taylor's starting for the Chargers. It won't be Herbert.
Yeah, but number one quarterback starting, like that's still that's still got juice to it. Like Romo, maybe Romo doesn't want to go to Cincinnati. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
he is a big star
game.
now. But
The Patriots have more pop than any of that.
nah, not without. So you're saying that the Patriots get Tony Romo alone just based on the first game without Tom Brady?
Or
compared
maybe
to all the other games, yeah.
maybe they seed some Dolphins practice and they know how shaky the offensive line is, and there's like a 25% chance that Fitzpatrick gets knocked out of the game.
No,
and
there's a
then Tua comes
25% chance of rain, Robbie.
I'm telling you that Tua, there's a chance that Tua is going to start for this team. I've been noticing, Leroy, a trend this week. Okay, a lot more secrecy. All right, a lot of clouds in the sky. Now Tony Romo is doing the Dolphins game. I feel like the winds are starting to turn towards Tua. I really believe this. You can agree with it or not agree with it, but I really believe that things are turning that way. Remember we had the quote this week from Flores where he's like, "Oh yeah, health could be a factor." Just threw up another smokescreen to try and lure away Bill Belichick.
All right.
I smell a rat.
Okay. I just have a hard time believing everybody know but the players.
You would agree, though, that on its face, even with the first game without Tom Brady for the Patriots, Cleveland versus Baltimore is a better game on its face.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So Romo should be going to Baltimore if Tua wasn't starting. The MVP starting against the highest profile team with all the stars on offense.
What time do they play?
Oh,
Those
what's
are
a 1
both at 1
game?
o'clock. Both at 1 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
That's it.
I would say that's a better.
Well, and you also have Fox. They have the doubleheader, and their 4 o'clock game is the Patriots and the Saints. I mean, not the Patriots, the Buccaneers and the Saints. That's Brady's first game, so I guess the nation can see the Patriots without Brady and what Brady is on the Bucs on the same doubleheader.
I am so
There
excited.
you go.
You know, hey, this is getting me so excited for football. Oh, it's so close. It's so close.
It's not there yet.
We've
Tom
had
Brady on the Bucks.
we've had games in with no issues so far. Knock on wood. I mean,
They haven't got tested yet.
Kind of a
Do they
poop-
get tested right after the game, or does it need COVID need time to marinate?
Well, apparently the players from yesterday, the UAB and the Central Arkansas game, they got tested on Sunday and they got tested again on Wednesday. And that's college. I feel like the NFL will have more testing prominent.
Kind of a poop fest on national TV that week, though. I gotta say, not really into these games. Dallas at Los Angeles, the
Sunday
Rams.
night game.
Yeah,
I mean, the Thursday night game, Houston and Kansas City. That is.
oh yeah,
Oh,
that's a great game.
Yup.
That's a great game.
He got to finish the series off in less than 6 games, so we won't have too much conflict that day.
You got
Well,
Pittsburgh.
there'll be no conflict.
Whoa, you think they're gonna finish him off, Leroy?
He's feeling
mean-
good, man. We're all feeling good.
I'm all like, yeah.
Yeah, I can see what you're
But
saying.
I'm not surprised because I said, even before all the playoffs started, that Miami matches up better against Milwaukee than they do with Boston and Toronto.
I'm just saying, you don't send Romo to this squad unless two is starting.
Oh my goodness.
What's he gonna do? Talk about Fitzy? How many times are they gonna show Fitzy beating New England?
Well, he could talk about when they were in grade school because they're the same age.
Let's get to headlines.
This is WAXYAM South Miami and WSFSFM HD2 Miramar, a radio.com sports station.
Texter writes in, "Wow, when the sauce actually makes sense."
No, you idiot. You can't. Don't do it. You're egging him on.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Look, Leroy, that's something. Romo, we're getting the dude. How much does Romo make, Robbie? What was the report?
I think it was like 17 mil, something like that.
17 mil. You think he's going to watch Ryan Fitzpatrick for 17 mil?
Cam and the Patriots.
Ah.
Now, if it was Cleveland, Pittsburgh, he'd be up there.
Well,
This is a
I
robbery.
feel like he'd be better in Baltimore. Like Baltimore,
No, you
Cleveland.
know what happened between Cleveland and
That's true.
Pittsburgh last year.
But
He'd
Mason
definitely be there.
Mason Rudolph's not going to play.
Because he's a bum.
This dude sucks.
That's why that situation escalated. Name another quarterback that's going to rip a helmet off of a player. None.
Interesting.
But yeah, Toby, you're right about these national games, like Steelers and Giants on Monday night, and Titans
Yeah.
and Denver the second game of that.
I
Monday
wonder
night.
if they're trying to get this because everybody's got to get a game, right? Do you think they're just getting the stinkers out of
No,
the
they
way?
always put the Giants, bro. Like the Giants against a bye week is on national TV. It's like no,
Yep.
Nothing annoys me more than we always get the Giants games down here. I hate it.
New York, bro.
If you're a Giants fan, you don't need to have NFL Sunday ticket here. We get every Giants game, like no matter who they're playing.
Sheesh, even the Texans are sipping on the silly sauce.
Texter writes in, Cleveland ruined their name and hype last year. Well, they did. They still got a ton of stars. People will tune in for them.
Even just to see him crash and burn. Even if Baker throws 4 picks, that's must-see TV.
I got to tell you.
It's a make or bake.
Collectively, they have a lot more talent than a lot of teams in this league.
Another texter writes in, hoping for a segment you guys blatantly stole from the Sun.
No, they haven't done a stock report this week.
And I ain't mad.
I'm sad.
Although I like the Sun Sentinel thing.
We might have to make our own stock reports, Robbie.
During the regular season?
Maybe.
Yeah. Somebody said for $17 million, they could send me to Alaska to watch shuffleboard.
All right. Another texter. Tua is only going to start if Fitz is injured. Stop the shenanigans. All right, fine. You guys, you know what? I'll just live in a world where everybody doesn't dive into anything and doesn't look into anything. You know, we'll just sit. You know what? You're right. I'll just be responsible and I'll just sit here and say, oh, you know, they got to keep them safe. All right. Never read into anything. You know what, Leroy? I'm going to stop drinking tea because obviously I'm not allowed to read the tea leaves.
You drink tea?
Oh, no, tea is for suckers. Iced tea, though, is good.
Oh, iced tea is
I
good.
don't like iced tea.
I love iced tea.
You know why? People from the north got me off tea.
Yeah, because
I've never heard of unsweetened tea.
I've never heard of
Having a doctor with all that packets of sugar. No, not
But I don't want, and I don't want to have to put sugar in my tea. It's supposed to be made with sugar in it.
You want to know what I never got into? My daughter yesterday, I took her to Publix for a little lunchy lunch, and she goes, "Oh, can I get a lemonade?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." So she's here, she's eating her popcorn chicken, and she's drinking her lemonade. So I'm like, "Yeah, let me get a swig of that." And I was like, "Ooh, sour." Who finds that refreshing?
I mean,
you don't like lemonade?
Nah,
not
for me.
It depends.
Not for me.
What about the Arnold Palmer?
That's not lemonade. That's mixed.
It's still there's lemonade in there.
Nah, I like lemon things. Like I like lemon gum. I love lemon
gum. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. You picked the one thing. Yeah, I think you picked the one thing that doesn't exist.
Nah. You know what's the one lemonade that's good is those stands you go to and they shake it up full of the sugar. Those are good. Where you go to like a carnival in the lemonade.
I like lemon ices.
The problem is that's a 2 lemonade sip. Then all of a sudden starts sucking. You get seeds up in your straw. No bueno. I do like lemon ices. I like lemon stuff. Ices. But straight up lemonade, I don't know, man. A lot of other options I can go.
I'm like the only one.
All Italian ices is frozen lemonade.
I drink the lemon lime Gatorade. Like it feels like I'm the only one that drinks that. No one else likes.
No, I do, Robbie. Robbie, it's something about it, but it makes you thirsty, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
You drink it and you keep wanting to drink more and more and more. Limeade.
I eat the yellow Starburst. I feel like
it's
I'm
so much better than lemonade.
Ew.
Right. Wait. You just said yellow Starburst is terrible while discussing the fact of I'll have a piece of lemon gum. Ooh, lemon gum?
Bubblicious lemon. People know about it, bro. It's good. Lightning lemon. It's delicious.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You seem to me like you would chew a piece of gum for like 5 chews and then I'm done.
Remember Cleo lemon?
All right, sorry, Robbie. What do we got for headlines?
Well, I mean, I was going to go Josh Rosen. Apparently the word is out there that the Dolphins are listening and they might be willing to move Josh Rosen since Tua is considered healthy.
Yeah. I mean,
what's the number, guys?
No surprise there. I'm going to say conditional. Like you'll just get one of those conditional pick.
Yeah,
that's they're going to get.
I'd take a 4, but I don't think you get as higher than a 6.
They only pay him what, $1 million or something like that?
I mean, yeah, the Cardinals paid the majority of the signing bonus.
You don't pay much, but I think after this year you have to decide on his option, which is very expensive.
Well, decide after this year, or wait till somebody gets hurt.
Yeah, but your draft pick compensation is going to go down every year, so you might as well
Not if somebody gets hurt.
I don't know if it gets.
Somebody gets hurt and you got the only healthy quarterback, they'll reach.
So you think just hold on to him like a pair of pocket aces?
Yep.
I mean, well, you know what? This is not quite the same situation, but when Teddy Bridgewater had that disaster in Minnesota, they paid a first-round pick to get Sam Bradford.
Is that a terrible idea?
Desperate teams.
Yeah, that went well.
It's a weird one that all of a sudden the rumors are picking up. Like, I guess it's good because they feel confident that Tua can at least be the backup if anything does go wrong with Fitz here, if he does get hurt. But it's a little, you know, I'm with you guys. Like, I feel like it does hinder your opportunity to really deal him for something good.
Why? They'll deal him when somebody gets hurt.
That's what I mean, though. Like, if they're trying to move, it sounds like they're trying to move him now.
I mean, if you get a 4, you jump on it.
Just in case you got a banged up quarterback, we'll listen. Just testing the waters. It sucks for Josh Rosen.
Oh, yeah. No shots. He's gonna, and that's gonna be the only opportunity he gets. Like, he's gonna have to wait for one where somebody's desperate. They got to play him.
And they might not even play him. They might just want him. Somebody say I got pocket Rosens. Come on, that's not. He makes about 2.2 this year, and next year it'll be 3.2. I mean, unless you need a player at another position, I don't see what's wrong with just keeping him.
So you think like maybe trying to trade him for an actual player that can play?
Or not even that, but trade when he has value.
I like
don't
when
just trade him. Trade him.
I like when there are actual trades for players in the NFL.
Very rare.
Very rare. I like it.
Because you know why? One of the reasons why, or some of the sometimes you're getting rid of the guy because of the contract. Why would you then take on somebody else's garbage?
I know. There's never like I like when people. I like when trades are like the Marlins. The Marlins when they do deals, like they've done the last 2 trade deadlines, they've dealt pitching for hitting because they need hitting.
Wouldn't it be something like in-season trade? They say so-and-so has been traded for a first or a number 2 and such player.
Well, I think it happened with Odell. Like the Browns had to throw in Jabril Peppers to the Giants on top of the draft picks they sent to the Giants for Odell.
Go blue, they can have him.
Oh, and also, I mean, I think the one that I could think of, like the biggest blockbuster player-for-player trade that I could think of in recent memory was Champ Bailey for Clinton Portis. And that was a while ago.
Damn, that is a while ago. That's really like, man.
That's the one. That's the only one that could jump to the mind for like a marquee player for a marquee player.
All right, there's a budding bromance going on between 2 South Florida head coaches. We'll bring you that sound next. I have tweeted out so everybody can know the link to the broadcasters, Robbie. So I have the list of the CBS broadcasters because I am theorizing that CBS knows that Tua Tagovailoa is going to be starting his first game week 1 against the Patriots. That look, I get you, Cam Newton, first game without Tom Brady as their quarterback. I get the argument for the Patriots. I just don't think that gets the juices flowing for Tony Romo more so than Browns versus Ravens, which actually has the MVP in it. So I found out the list of who's doing what games. So for Cleveland, Baltimore, they're sending Ian Eagle. Classic number 2, Robbie. Classic number 2.
Is he still paired up with Fouts, or they
No,
it?
Fouts is done. No, yeah. Charles Davis, Evan Washburn, that's the team there. Only solidifies my theory that they know something because Ian Eagle's always the number 2. That's what he does.
Yeah, he called the Miami Miracle game.
Yep. So I just have to. So Ian Eagle, don't buy it. Everything else is normal. Spiro Ditas obviously doing a Jacksonville game. He's basically like Jacksonville's home announcer. He always does.
Is he going to be so mad when he has to leave the NBA bubble to do the playoffs to call a Jacksonville Jaguar game?
Probably, but then we don't have to hear him say Yanis.
You don't hear him half the time anyway because Stan Van Gundy does all the talking.
Oh my God, Stan Van Gundy! Like we get it, dude.
Hey,
it's not a podcast.
Why do people try to put their own twist on names?
Yanis. He's trying to be extra Greek, is what Spiro's doing there.
Okay.
The Gumbles, Greg Gumbel, he's doing the Las Vegas Raiders against the Carolina Panthers, and yeah, that's your slate.
Oh, you say the Gumbles. Only one of them does games.
I always forget which one it was, though.
Greg. I think Greg calls games. Bryant does documentaries or interviews.
The fat one.
But which one is highfalutin?
I think they're both pretty highfalutin, if I would guess. But
no. One's is it
Bryant?
Which is the one?
Gumble.
Okay,
Brian Gumble does
Bryant's
real
not-
sports.
He's the one who takes off the glasses and tells me how to think.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Brian Gumble. Yes, that's your man.
All right, so yeah, your list, and then Jets Buffalo. They got Andrew Lofton. Oh, Andrew Catalan, James Lofton.
No.
Sorry, that's a weird one.
What a merger.
Yeah, clean.
James
your,
Lofton is old.
Clean
He's been
your.
around for a minute. I remember him when I was a kid.
So anyway, only solidifies my point that. Oh, and then Kevin Harlan is doing the Cincinnati Bengals game for
That's the 4:00 game.
Burro's debut. But that's 4:00. Only solidifies my thought that Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, only happening because Tua's starting. Ooh, Jim.
Yeah. He got a little macho man in him.
A little bit. Jim.
At least he doesn't do the laugh.
Do you think he's able to predict just as good if it's a lefty quarterback?
-1.
Off.
Why -1?
-1.
That was just stupid.
I'm just asking if it messes him up at all. That's all.
Wasn't as bad as my rock line from yesterday.
All right. So there's a new bromance budding, Leroy. Coach Flo, Coach Spo.
That's a respect at the highest level. That's what that is.
So yesterday, we mentioned this in the show, but we didn't get a chance to talk to get the sound because it was going on while the show was going on. So Flo showed up to his press conference yesterday wearing a Miami Heat shirt. He had watched the game the night before, which, by the way, another reason why I just like Coach Flo. Guy's guy, watching a little basketball. Doesn't have to be one of these people who's like, oh, I can prove how good a coach I am because I'm sleeping at the facility. No. Work smarter, not harder, okay? Flo got his work in, kicked his feet up, maybe had a little peach Snapple, and watched himself some basketball. What a night.
You know who did that, though?
Who?
Steve Spurrier.
What do you mean?
He finished when he was with Washington. He finished practice early and went golfing.
Yeah, but Steve Spurrier in his own way was already a legend. I'm not worried about that with Coach Flo.
Okay. All right.
Not worried about that. So Coach Flo watching a little basketball like a normal guy, completely just walks in. Hey, we've all worked out. We've all worked our day. We've all probably had a little bit we're all probably trying to get away from our phones a little bit too much. Mrs. Flo probably says, hey, Brian, put away the iPad for a little bit. Watch the little hoops. You know what? And he goes, you're right. So he watched the little hoops, and then he goes, you know what? I like this Coach Spoelstra. I wish we got to hang out. Here's Coach Flo.
I thought the game was fantastic last night. Went down to the wire. A lot of great situational basketball at the end. It came down to free throws, so it was good. I was, obviously I'm a fan of Coach Spo and that team and the way they play. They're tough. They're physical. They grind things out. They play smart basketball. And I'm a fan, and hopefully we can kind of learn from a lot of the things they do and emulate a lot of the success that they've had over there.
I love it. I love the fact that Coach Flo is mentioned that. And another thing is, because I mentioned this yesterday, I always feel like there's been for a while now, especially ever since the Big Three era, there's just been a big tension between the Dolphins and the Heat. Who's
you know what that tension is? You know what that tension is?
Who? What?
Wins and losses. That's where the tension comes from.
Maybe. I don't know.
Because guess what? As long as the Heat were rebuilding and the Dolphins were going to the playoffs, everything was great. Then when the Heat started getting good and the Dolphins started sucking, uh-oh. So, yeah, that's it. That's what that is.
And then Coach Spo, he was asked about Coach Flo wearing the shirt and if he had ever met Coach Flores before. This is what Coach Spo had to say.
I haven't, but we were planning on getting together a few months ago. I think it must have been right when the shutdown happened. we're going to try to get together for a cup of coffee and just talk some shop. But I actually haven't met him in person. Just a fan of everything I've read about him and what he's all about. He's a Heat type guy. It's hard not to like a guy like that.
Thanks.
I know UD is really excited about the Dolphins right now. So if he's excited, I'm excited.
I love that. We know that UD loves Coach Flo, loves the Dolphins.
Oh,
Did you see
look,
that? By the way,
you have to be a fan. You don't know if it's going to work out, but as far as how Flo has handled himself, handled the situations and the circumstances in which they had to play through last year, you got to be a fan of how he handles things and how he does things. He's not, look, at no point in time has he pulled the Gase move and defend himself.
Nope.
Right? And just from that standpoint, you go, you know what? He's going down with the ship however it goes down.
Texter writes in, Coach Flo getting me pumped for Game 3. Agreed. Now, who picks up the bill when they go out?
Spo.
Whoa.
All right. I mean, you make that seem so obvious. Why? Is it because he's the vet in town?
No. This is how it goes. Yes. Longest tenured coach. And they just going for coffee? Really?
I agree. Yeah, why not a steak?
Why not Prime 112?
Agreed. Get some lobster bisque.
Yeah, hang on with maybe John David
No.
Washington could
Let
join
me
the
tell
table.
you something. Hold on. Back it up.
What?
Lobster bisque can kick rocks.
Whoa.
You can kick rocks. What?
It's like seafood tomato soup.
Oh, it's delicious. You don't like lobster bisque?
No. I do
Robbie?
not.
Yeah, I'm throwing it down. Throw a little crackers on it.
Now I like clam chowder.
Oh, yeah, I do that too.
Wait. Let us clarify.
New England.
Manhattan chowder can kick rocks.
Manhattan chowder is the
What a
worst.
knockoff.
But lobster bisque is way better than New England clam chowder.
What?
Oh, it's not even close, dude.
I want to punch you in that big gonzo nose right now.
Let me tell you something right now. This is going to come up more lopsided. Well, let's do a poll.
Oh, boy.
This is going to come back way more lopsided than
I
even
ain't
your
doing no
Keanu.
more polls.
Yeah,
'Cause
leave.
These people are idiots.
Your Keanu Reeves poll came back embarrassing for you.
That's terrible.
Leroy's Keanu Reeves poll came back. He had 2,500 votes on this, which I think is close to a show record. Who's a better actor, Keanu Reeves, Nick Cage? And 66% say Keanu Reeves.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm shocked.
I told you.
Shocked and appalled.
Keanu Reeves is a treasure. Just like John David Washington said, dude has range.
Okay, yeah, okay. Range.
I got offered, by the way.
He speaks the same way every time.
I got offered today, by the way, the co-star for Bill and Ted's, and I'm like, feels like that's going to go in
The
a bad
blonde hair
direction.
dude?
Yeah.
No, if you ain't send us Keanu Reeves, that's it, buddy.
Yeah, I want Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
would
bro,
you,
we get Keanu
would you
Reeves.
take Keanu Reeves on the show?
Yes.
100%.
I like, wait a minute. Like, here's what I don't get in this
Dude,
world.
insult him to his face.
Like, we can agree or disagree. It doesn't mean that I like or dislike you. If there's something that you do that I don't like, it doesn't mean that now I have to hate you. So we have this term that we use now, hater. It basically means if you disagree with what's going on, you're a hater. But why can't I just be a free thinker? Why can't, look, this is an accurate assessment of Keanu Reeves and Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is a better actor. Keanu Reeves may have had more cinematic success.
He's got range.
How's that? He doesn't have more range.
I mean,
He's the
John-
same guy in every show.
John David Washington told us he had range.
Oh, because he can do
Bill and Ted. You can't just put anybody in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That's what he said.
that was his starter movie, dude. That's just like, hey, they're gonna pay me to do a movie. What do you gotta do? Bill and Ted's. I'm in.
We're back with more after this.